absolutely. I mean, you know, think about the, you know, what was happening in the late 80s in popular culture. It was an absolute wasteland, you know, and then it just got ridiculous in the early 90s, ridiculously awesome. I was living in Chapel Hill then. I was going to school in North Carolina, and from 90 to 94 I was living there, and I had no idea that it was special. I just thought,
hey,
that's how it is. It's my experience.
That's the thing.
It was amazing, though.
You figure how awesome it is.
I saw Nirvana at the Cat's Cradle, you know, like before
awesome.
They were, it was the beginning of the, you know, of the Nevermind tour, I guess, and they hadn't you know, blown up on MTV yet. And I felt it was special at the time, you know, but I thought, oh, maybe it's just because, you know, I was really young and whatever. It was really exciting, but it was special, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at it with a little bit of, you know, hindsight, and it is very clear how special it was. And I am really anxious for something like that to happen again. Not necessarily one band that's going to unite people or whatever, but just all of my friends' bands are awesome. You know, there are so many good bands. I mean, in Atlanta and elsewhere, that are terrific. And I think I'm having that same experience. I think maybe I just think that it's good and special because it's me, and it's my perception of it. But I think it actually is really good and special. You know? So we're going to try to do a lot of regional stuff, regional being Southeast stuff, in the next 3 to 6 months. I would like, in that time, for us to also be able to record a record, like a full-length record, and have a record in our possessions, and you know, start doing big boy tours, start going out west, start going to the Midwest, you know. And if we can sustain the band, do it, you know, on these long tours. I mean, I had so much fun when we were out, and I got sick as hell. Sick as hell. Like, it was terrible. And I don't usually get sick or, you know, whatever, that much. But it's still, when I got home, it's like, that's all I want to do now. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to school.
It's addictive.
Dude. And it wasn't even like, whoa, party. It wasn't like that at all. Like, the first show we played, after we were done playing, I went upstairs and got my little blanket, and I had a little container of almonds, and I had a book, and I bought this little reading lamp, and I read my book like a loser. But it was awesome, you know? And then as soon as we got home, I was, God, that was really fun. You know, I just want to, that's all I want to do now. Man, it's awesome. Because you're just living to do it, you know, and you're, I don't know. Well, I wanted something that was sort of shocking, but not necessarily like profane, because I mean there are limits on what you can do if your name is, you know, profane. So anyway, I wanted to call a band Whores for a long time.
So you had, before the band was ever formed, you had the idea of it?
I had the name, yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to be in a band with a couple of friends of mine, and on the carpet of our practice space in Sharpie I wrote, "Whores is a good name for a band," right in front of where the bass player stood, just to torture him because he was holding out. He didn't want to call it that. And then that band kind of fizzled out. I started another band, and I was still pushing again for that name, Whores. And they were like, "Nah, I don't know, man." They're like this, "I don't want to offend anybody or whatever." And the whole thing is, I'm aware that it's going to come off as some sort of misogynistic thing, which nothing could be further from the truth. I love my mom. I love my girlfriend. I love my sister. You know, I'm not that kind of person. It's meant to be on our little MySpace thing. I shouldn't say little, it's derogatory, but on our MySpace thing, it says, you know, postmodern, not pejorative, next to our name, because my sort of feeling about the word is that most everyone in their life has to sell out, you know, has to make these compromises, and has to basically work for somebody else, has to, you know, no matter who you are, even if you're like some captain of industry, you're still kind of working for the IRS, you know? So everybody's kind of got to whore themselves out to an extent, and I think that's wrong. I think that is something fundamentally wrong with our society, that is, people just accept that. I don't believe that is right, you know? I mean, I'm not advocating, you know, riots in the streets or whatever, but it'd be kind of fun, it'd be interesting, So that's really where the name came from. That I like that it's sort of shocking, but at the same time, people know our music. They know it's not, you know, some like butt rock, you know,
Yeah.
like cowbell music. You know, it's just not that. I mean, that
was that a
awesome.
concern?
Yeah, I hate that stuff with a passion. You know, like, I mean, I love ZZ Top. They're awesome. But like some dudes who are trying to be ZZ Top, hell no, they're not ZZ Top. Knock it off. You know, or whatever, or, you know, Leonard Skinner or something. That's great. Leonard Skinner is awesome, but, you know, you see, you know, some dudes who are like, hell yeah, I'm Leonard Skinner, dude. I mean, I don't want to hang out with those dudes. I certainly don't want to listen to their band, you know? Anyway, I was totally getting off topic, but I don't know. It just seems like people have to make all these compromises. They don't get to really do what they want to do, and, you know, that's really, I mean, obviously, maybe what I kind of want to do with this band. I mean, it's all I've ever wanted to do is play music. It's the thing that gives me the most pleasure, the most joy. I feel the most connected to other humans, you know, playing music. And if I'm able to make a life out of that, that would be amazing. And I think it's a shame that people can't, you know, that you've got to, you know, all these other obligations because, you know, the way things are set up. I don't know if that's a Western thing or if that's a, you know, world thing or what it is, but it just seems fundamentally wrong to me that, you know, you've got to make all these compromises in order to have a life that's like livable, you know. I mean, or you have to starve. Those are your two choices, you know. It doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. I mean, and I'd like to have, you know, security and nice things and, you know, whatever. I'm not completely against that stuff, but it just seems like a lot of people have to sacrifice so much just to have a comfortable life, and I don't agree with that. I mean, Juicifers got their RV over here in the trailer, and they are living in that thing.
That's their life.
They absolutely, and more power to them. That absolutely rules, you know. And they, you know, they got their dogs in there, and they got their wall of amps. It's amazing. They're doing what they do, and I bet you they love it, you know, or they wouldn't do it because it's way too much of a pain to do it if you don't love it, you know, which I guess we've already talked about. But that's great, you know, and the world sees them as like, in my opinion, the world sees them as somebody who's like dropped out of society or somebody who's gave up. When in reality is what they're doing takes a lot more guts, takes a lot more intelligence, and takes a lot more, you know, for lack of a better word, like, you know, moxie or like chutzpah or something to do what they're doing than to go get a job and go work for some company and, you know, which
wherewithal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that is so much harder. There's no template for this is how you be in a band and this is what you do and this is, you know, these are all the different things, the steps you take to do it. It's not like any other pursuit in life. You know, you're just flying blind. Those people should be respected. They should be revered. The people who are, you know, out there busting their ass to do what they love.
Absolutely.
You know, they are, you know, they are not whores. they're doing what they want to do, you know, at all costs. It's awesome.